The mainstream media is reporting that Democratic Senator Elizabeth Warren drew a crowd of 12,000 people at her campaign rally in Minnesota today, the largest rally yet on her campaign tour. So tonight, we're going to tell you the 5 reasons Elizabeth Warren is dangerous for America. Reason number 1, Elizabeth Warren claimed she was a Native American, listing herself as a minority woman in order to get a cushy teaching job at Harvard Law School, even though she's not Native American. Warren took a DNA test. She might be 1,024th Native American, which is below the national average. Elizabeth Warren exploited minorities to further her own career, and then she had the audacity to refuse to meet with the Cherokee Nation in the wake of that scandal. Reason number 2, Elizabeth Warren supports the Accountable Capitalism Act, which requires corporations with revenue of more than $1 billion a year to obtain a federal charter. This gives government the authority to take over big businesses if they earn a certain amount of money that Warren thinks is too much. 3,500 businesses in the United States would be essentially expropriated by the government under the Accountable Capitalism Act, which means if the businesses don't do what the government tells them to do, the government can shut them down. That is socialism. Number 3, Elizabeth Warren wants to impose a wealth tax on the American people, which is unconstitutional because the government is not permitted to look at somebody's bank account and say, because you have this amount of money, the government is allowed to steal some. A wealth tax is nothing more than asset forfeiture, and that is unconstitutional. And where would that end anyway? If Elizabeth Warren says today that $50 million is too rich, what's to stop her tomorrow from saying $1 million is too rich and taking some of your money? Reason number 4, Elizabeth Warren wants to abolish the Electoral College. She wants the U.S. to elect a president by popular vote. But then the president would be elected by the coastal elites, and middle America, minority population states, would not have a voice in the election of our president. If you care about people in minority states having a voice in our nation, you must support the Electoral College, but Elizabeth Warren wants to abolish it. Reason number 5, Elizabeth Warren claims a border wall is a monument to hate. Even though Democrats have voted consistently for border security and a border wall as recently as 2007, suddenly now securing our borders is hateful and bigoted. Too bad a majority of the American people disagree with Elizabeth Warren and want our borders secured and reject open borders. Now, these reasons don't even take into account Warren's terrible student loan debt forgiveness plan that really only benefits rich people, or the fact that she's promised to pay for everything with her wealth tax, and since that obviously won't work, it will lead to massive tax hikes on the middle class, or her plan to pay reparations to gay people, or the fact that she decries the gender pay gap as sexist, even though her own female staffers earn only 71% of her male staffers' salaries. This is all why Elizabeth Warren is dangerous for America, and we, the voters, should not forget it. And that is my final point.